It's very normal for new drivers to steer the wrong way when they're reversing. In fact, they seem to get it wrong almost every time. They would be better off flipping a coin because 50-50 would give them better odds. So in this video, I'm going to explain how to judge which way to steer when you're going backwards and why new drivers tend to get this wrong so often. Firstly, I'm going to explain why new drivers tend to steer the wrong way, and it's because they're trying to steer the front of the car, which makes sense because you're sitting in that orientation, you're facing the front of the car, so therefore it's only natural to try and control the front of the car. This is what I mean. I'm currently parallel parking behind this green car, so I'm coming back at this angle towards the curb, and when I'm near the curb, I'm going to need to straighten the car. I can see I'm near the curb via this wing mirror, quite close to the curb now, so all that's left to do is get the nose tucked in. So what does a new driver do? Well, they're facing forwards, they think about the front of the car and they think, well, I've got to steer it that way. So they steer all the way that way, look round because their driving instructor has told them to make sure it's safe, and then they start moving and suddenly the front of the car goes the wrong way and they're like, well, what's happening? Why do I keep steering the wrong way? This is so frustrating. So if you use the front of the car to decide which way to steer when you're going backwards, you're probably going to steer the wrong way. And what new drivers tend to do is they go, it's the opposite way round. So what I'll do is just do the opposite. If I think I need to steer left, I'll steer right. But that overcomplicates things. And look at this. At the moment, this way is left and that way is right. But if I turn around to look behind myself, that way is left and this way is right. So it's the opposite way round, and you get opposites on top of opposites and it just gets confusing. So in order to steer the correct way when you're going backwards, you need to keep it simple. And this is how you do that. I'm parallel parking again behind this green car. I want to go towards the curb. So I'll steer towards the curb, make sure no one's in my way, and I'll come back. Oh, I'm still in first gear. Well, I better put it in reverse then. I'll look round again, and this time hopefully I actually go backwards. And yes, you see I'm going backwards this time, and the back of my car is going towards the curb, which is what I want. I want to park next to the curb. The front of the car is going the opposite way, but I don't think about that. And then when I have enough angle, have another look round and make sure it's safe. There you go, that's enough angle there, I reckon. I'll straighten the wheel and come back at this angle towards the curb. When I think I'm near the curb, like I am now, I'll steer away from the curb. You see, I don't want to get any closer to that curb. I'm close enough. I'm coming back at quite an angle towards it as well. So I'm going to steer away, have another look round, and now as I come back, you see the back of my car goes away from the curb, and the front of my car tucks itself in nicely behind this green Skoda Karoq. And when I'm straight, as I can see in the mirror, I am straight now. There we go. I'll just straighten the wheel. Job done. And it works in all situations. At the moment, I'm trying to reverse into the space next to this silver Peugeot. So I'll look round again, make sure it's safe. Yep, and I'll come back and I'll think I need to go towards the Peugeot. So I'll steer towards, and you can see I start going towards it. And if I think I'm getting too close, I'll steer away, and as you can see, I'll start getting away from it. So you can do it in real time as well. I'm feeling like I want to go towards it, so I start steering towards whilst I'm looking at the mirror, and when I feel like I'm going close enough to it, I'll stop adding steering and I'll let it come back. And when I feel like I've got a good position, like I have now, I'll start taking the steering off and start straightening the wheel, so I come back in a straight line and not get any closer. And it works with both mirrors. Your wing mirrors are very important tools for reversing. It's very important to use them to help guide the car in between two objects or two lines painted on the road or even two walls of a garage. Never underestimate how important your wing mirrors are for parking accuracy. So there we are. Don't do lefts or rights. Don't think opposites, and don't use the front of your car to decide which way to steer when you're going backwards. Just use your mirrors and try to go towards things or away from things. A top tip is to usually look at what you're trying to go towards so you don't hit it, because when you're going towards something, you're getting closer to it and you want to make sure you don't get too close. So if there was something in this mirror I wanted to go towards, I'll be using this mirror mostly and steering towards it. However, if I thought I was getting too close, I'll start steering away from it, but then check this mirror to make sure I'm not getting too close to something on the other side. Well, I hope this video helps. If you think it does, please give it a thumbs up and check out Collingwood and Confused in the description. Collingwood are there for you if you're learning to drive and you know someone who can give you more time behind the wheel. Let's say you want to insure yourself on somebody else's car. You can do that with Collingwood without affecting the owner's policy, without affecting their no claims bonus, which takes away some of the stress when they're supervising you in their car. Via the link at the moment, it's up to 35% off and a £20 Amazon gift card. If you're thinking about getting your own car or already have your own car, check out confused.com, because with Confused you can fill out one quote form and you get loads of quotes back from many insurers. It's also worth checking out Collingwood, because Collingwood can help you if you're insuring your own car as well. But if it's your own car, I recommend just checking out Confused to see the other insurers, just to make sure you are getting the best price. What's great about Confused as well is that if you're thinking about buying a car, you can change the car on that quote as many times as you like to find out which car is cheaper to insure. Using the links doesn't cost you anything, but it does support this channel, so thank you very much. I now have Facebook and Instagram. Both of those are Conquer Driving, and if you want to get my future videos, please subscribe. Until the next one, cheerio.